Oh, you see that bubbling? It's cheesy, it's delicious, and this is how you make my $1,000,000 spaghetti. Now, pardon my looks because I just got off the road to head onto a vacation in a tiny house in a tree house, and I knew when I was making this for dinner tonight, I had to share this recipe with you all. So I'm killing two birds with one stone. So get into this recipe. We're gonna start by chopping our bell pepper. You're gonna use a green one and a red one. Then you're also gonna go ahead and chop some garlic. Next, you're gonna take a Vidalia onion, or you can use a sweet onion or even a yellow onion. Then you're gonna saute that in some grapeseed oil. Next, you're gonna use the best all-purpose season that is, and that's Chef Joy is just magic seasoning. Your eyes are not deceiving you. Yes, that is some Impossible ground meat, and they're also gonna use some Beyond sausage, plant-based sausage. I bet you did not know this recipe was vegan, but stay with me because it looks good, okay? All y'all be having these things against vegan food. I tell you, baby, get me in the kitchen. You gonna love it. You ain't gonna even care that it's vegan. Y'all just don't like the word vegan. I think y'all just allergic. Ooh, vegan, I don't like it. But go ahead and stick to this recipe. Next, you're gonna use that red house seasoning. Then you're also gonna use a little bit of liquid smoke. Now I'm working with these little pots again. I'm in a tiny house, so I had to break my noodles apart and use what I had. It got a little messy, but I made sure I made it work. I sprayed it with some Pam. I bet y'all didn't know that. If you don't want your noodles to stick, use a little bit of Pam in that water. Next, I went ahead and added my Prego sauce. And just because I'm vegan doesn't mean I'm crushing my tomatoes by hand, okay? I am actually using store-bought sauce. It is already vegan. Next, I'm going to season it with some Italian seasoning, some garlic powder, onion powder, crushed red pepper, add in some vegan beef bouillon, and in the same pot, after I remove the sauce, I'm going to add in some plant-based butter, my plant-based Boursin cheese, and some vegan heavy whipping cream. Next, we're going to go ahead and season that bad baby up with what? My Just Magic seasoning. Then I'll also add in a little bit more black pepper because I love it, and some oregano and some basil, garlic powder, and onion powder because, baby, you cannot have enough seasoning, okay? Now, in our white sauce that we're forming, we're going to add in half the bag of the vegan Parmesan cheese, or you can use a whole bag, and then we're going to mix in our noodles. And I forgot to mention that I did cook the noodles in some vegan chicken bouillon and a little bit of salt. Next, I'm going to take a pan. I'm going to spray it with some nonstick spray. And when I tell you these noodles are so creamy and delicious, it took everything out of me not to eat half the pan before I added the meat sauce to it. Or should I say the not meat sauce? Then we're going to go ahead and put the layer of meat sauce on there. And then we're going to go ahead and mix it around just a little bit, not too much because you do want these layers to be separate. Then we're going to take some vegan parm and some vegan mozzarella cheese and top it. Now, you have to be careful with your vegan cheeses. All vegan cheeses are not created equal, so I suggest that you go ahead and find the brand that you like to use. I top it with more oregano because I have enough salt and some olive oil. And here's the trick. Add a little bit of water to it before adding your aluminum foil to the pan. We all know vegan cheese has a struggle with melting. This actually helps it melt and get it ooey gooey and cheesy like it did in the video. I cooked this in the oven on 425 degrees for about 35 minutes. Crank the temperature up to 450 degrees, remove the foil, and allow it to cook for another 10 minutes. And look at this dish. This is perfection. I shouldn't even told y'all I was vegan. I should have told y'all, let's just make the most amazing spaghetti there is. Make sure you try this recipe out. Don't forget to top it with some fresh herbs. I prefer basil. And share this with anyone that you know that's going to love it. I can't wait for you all to try it out. And make sure you're following Chef Joya because this is where you're going to find the best recipes there is. Ciao.